I'm awake, I think. Who we got in here? Where's everybody at? Is you at work? I'm on vacation. Chilling, watching NFL Network. This garbage, Jay Cutler. This guy. 1 year, $10 million contract with the Dolphins. I don't even understand that. He's not even good. He's not even good. He's got a strong arm. He's also got a strong attitude. A poor attitude at that. And I know one thing from growing up playing sports. If you want to be on a team and you want to get better, be coachable. Don't be an asshole. Be coachable. Learn how to take your lumps. Learn how to shut up and let people coach you. So we're live here. Opening up my Facebook so I can answer the questions that came in before in the hot topics. Oh, someone already left a comment. Oh, hi, Brittany. Good morning. Get your money, girl. All right, so the first question that came in from Sean Spider. I can't say his last name because I don't know how to say it. Dalois, I don't even know. Anyway, Sean's a good guy. I like Sean. Tatted as fuck. Looks hardcore. Like he could beat you up. But I don't think he fights. He's a pretty chill guy. Sean asked me why I'm so ugly. That's your question. I wish I had a good comeback, but I don't. I just want to know why you like to rate the looks of men, Sean. Why? That's nasty. What's wrong with you? I'm not here to judge you like you've judged me, dick. What other questions we got over here? Let me see what I can find. Oh, so a couple days ago, I blew up the internet with a couple of posts about a couple of things, a couple of people. And I don't think people really understood what my point was. And I've tried to explain it now once, twice, 3 times. And I'll explain it now again. So with the first post, which is still down there, that was from Thursday, I believe, I realized there was this guy years ago, a few years back, actually, who, I don't know how I came across his article. Oh, he and his wife and I, well, shit, let me rephrase that. His wife and I were Facebook friends. And I remember one day he was, I don't know, he was like taking jabs at me. And I was like, who is this dude? Because I was commenting on one of her pictures or something like that. So I said, who is this dude? And so I go look at his profile then. And I'm like, all right. He's in jail. Because I can see all the jail pictures or something like that, or he had been or something, I don't know. But at least had been. And I was like, okay, so this dude's in jail. And then I also remember, well, it's early because I'm really losing my mind right now. I also remember that, seeing like a lot of like skinhead type stuff on his page and on him or whatever. So I was like, you know what? I'm dipping out. I can't be associated with this or with people like that because that's just, that looks weird. Like how is a black dude going to be associated with people like that? So I dipped out. And I just remember looking at, someone brought this up last year, that guy had like friend requested him. I was like, oh, that's interesting. So I don't know. I just got a random thought and I said, you know what if people don't know who that guy is and they're associated with him? And in his history, you guys already saw the links and everything, that the hate crime and being out in wherever it was, Ensenada, and getting caught. I guess it was a fugitive or whatever. So I said, you know what? Maybe people should know who they're attached to, who they're connected to, because I noticed I had like 3 Facebook friends in common with him. And I said, you know what? This needs to end. I can't be associated with people who are associated with that. So I hit delete. And I didn't want to go to the whole route and be like, hey, you know who this person is, this person is, this person is. I just let it be. Like, if they're friends with them, cool, fine, whatever, that's your thing. I'm just going to separate myself. And, well, that shit blew up, made some people mad. But some people, wanted to ask me about, redemption or grace, forgiveness. And I say, you got to look at the fruit. You got to look at the fruit and see if someone's really trying to change. And I guess this person didn't really realize that they had said other things on their Facebook page recently, within the last year or so, about, if you're going home with somebody colored, I'll unfriend you. It was like a Valentine's Day post. So that doesn't really sound like redemption or someone changing. It's just, I don't know. I find it interesting people reach to the depths to defend white supremacy, but can't reach to the depths to defend me and my actions, which aren't illegal and haven't sent anyone to a hospital. So I don't know, that's kind of suspect if you think about it. And so that was just the point, was who are you connected to? And if you don't know, maybe you should check it out. And here's one person, and so be careful, because you never know. And so the second one, same thing, except, like I said before in my response from, I think it was Saturday morning, or early Saturday morning, excuse me. I said that I got ahead of myself. I thought about it initially and was like, yeah, I'm going to release this. People really need to know, if this dude went to jail for, possession of child pornography, then you really want to know that, because if you got kids and, maybe he's a babysitter for you, I don't know, just whatever. You want to know who these people are, because you can't always find everything on everybody, So, a friend of mine, before I posted it, because I was starting to feel kind of iffy about it, she said, why don't you look on Megan's Law and see if you can find, if he comes up. And so we sat there at dinner, up on the Wi-Fi or the data, whatever, and looking it up, and like the thing just kept spinning, like it was buffering. I guess if that's the way you can say that. It was buffering, like it just would not load. So I tried 3 times at dinner, tried 3 separate times, and then went home after dinner, like an hour or so later, tried again on my laptop. It's a different Wi-Fi network. Website wouldn't even come up. So I'm trying to find answers, and I'm no journalist, and I don't think I said anything that was incorrect other than what happened to this guy. I know he's in some of your friends list, and wanted to know if what he was arrested and accused for was something that was accurate. Is that real? But if it is real, shit, I don't know if that really goes away. That desire does not just go away with time spent in prison. Let's keep it real. But apparently everything's cool, and I guess the charges were dropped from what I was told. I haven't seen anything that says it. It's just I was told this by a friend of his. So I hid that post. People probably still mad at me for posting it in the first place, but understand that I'm not just some random guy doing some random thing for some random reason just to be a dick, because that's not me. I mean, for y'all who've known me for 20 plus years or whatever, that's not me. I'm not just going to do some random shit. I was telling somebody yesterday, if that was the case, there'd be a whole lot more evidence of that over the years, and that's just not true. So since that's not true, then you know what my heart is, or you would think you would, right? I mean, like I said before, people will go to the depths to defend other people, but won't do it for me. I'm sorry, I'm trying to look at my thing here. I'm getting notifications to check out for maybe more questions or comments. I'm not sure. I'll get to that in a minute. So yeah, that's why I posted those things, just to say, hey, you know what? Be careful who you hang out with. Be careful who you're associated with. Yes, I do believe in redemption, but once again, you check the fruit, and people will show you who they are, and they don't even really realize that they're showing you exactly who they are. And you can overlook as much as you want to try to overlook, but if you're overlooking stuff, then it kind of makes you suspect as to why you're going to overlook that. So that's all I'm going to say on those things, unless any other questions come up. I hid that second post because if dude's innocent of those crimes or of that crime or whatever, then there's nothing for me to expose or save people from. So I hid that so people can continue arguing. But I do challenge people who are friends with him, and I'm not saying names anymore because there's no point, right? But for those people who spent 2-3 days yelling at me and being mad at me and disrespecting my character and all those things, you could have spent all that time hitting up the OC Register, hitting up the writer of the article, and having them remove it. You could have spent that time, doing something else that was actually constructive than just yelling at me for an article that is for posting that article. I understand where you're coming from, because it's me and it's easy for me to remove it, right? Because all I got to do is click a little button. But if you really want it off the internet, because if that dude tries to get a job somewhere or whatever, and that stuff comes up, that stuff and the other stuff that came up associated with his name, that was even more recent, then I think that would behoove you to spend that time clearing his name, or even him clearing his name. Because if he's not trying to do it, then why are you doing more than him? And if you guys aren't trying to do it, then why would I do it? So it's not a diss. It's just how you going to spend your effort and your time and your energy yelling at me, or actually fixing the problem? Because I'm not the issue. I just asked a question. It was a legit question from a good place. Y'all know me, and if you don't know me, then you should have taken the time to get to know me, because all you had to do was ask a question. Next question, Crystal Manning. How was the reunion? Was there anyone else there from Class of 96? No, there was not. Well, actually, there was one gal. There was a dude, what's his first name? I think it's Aaron Arrow, Erro. His wife was Class 96 from Aliso Niguel, which I think Carlos Frutos went to Aliso Niguel. I think. I'm not 100%, but he went to Serrano with us for any of the Class of 96ers. I met her. And yeah, just a bunch of 97ers, man. That was a fun time. I really enjoyed that time. There was that one dude, Patrick. I want to say McDonald. He had the really big, like, red afro kind of hair, and he walked in. I saw his face, and from 10 feet away, it was nighttime, so it's it's not easy to see everything, but from about 10 feet away, he looks like just like a regular dude. And I don't mean like in a bad way, but as he got closer, I was like, wait a second, that's that guy. That was like the Ronald McDonald hair kind of guy, right? So we talked for a bit, and he actually said to me, and I was happy he said this. He said that, was it him or was it someone else? It was him. He said, and I appreciated this, that I was doing a good job with these posts and these things, because I'm exposing a lot about people and how they think and what they feel and what they believe, and it needs to be known. And I really appreciated that, because I don't get that enough. I do get it from people, like the high fives and the kudos, but I don't get it enough, because I think I'm really trying to do something that's bigger than just being an asshole, because it's not just being an asshole. So I appreciated those comments. So Patrick, if you see this, right on, brother. Another question from Crystal. What are your thoughts, concerns, if any, regarding the posts on? Oh, well, I just covered those. So hopefully you're watching this, and let me see. Is there anything else I really want to say about those two things? Do I regret it? I'll say this. Do I regret it? Either one? No, I don't. Because they came from a good place. And, check somebody's heart. Check somebody's heart. I know it's hard to do as far as, literally, right? But I think long term, or not long term, but longevity. Just who is this person overall? Who have they proved to be over the time you've known them? And, if you just met them, then obviously it's too early to answer that question, or ask that question. But if you've known them for a long time, and that's just not their MO to be an asshole, then I don't know, maybe give them the benefit of the doubt. And I'll say this. I know I messed up by jumping the gun and saying I was going to do something, and then I did it. So it made it look like I had a vendetta, and I already covered that in my response from, that Saturday morning. So I knew that was my mistake. Like, it looked like I was after him, personally, and it wasn't the case. So, other than that, I don't regret posting it at all. I know people were mad at me and, I don't know, maybe want to beat me up or whatever, but, I mean, we're 40, so let's not fight. Let's just have a discussion and, and ask me a question instead of just making accusations. That was so easy to make a accusation when you could have just asked a question, and I will say that part of me wanted to leave it up out of spite, but I didn't. And I say spite because people were being jerks, but I'm not immature, so I removed it or hid it so people could continue having the conversation in private, so it's not on my wall anymore. So if you're scrolling on my wall looking for that conversation, it's not there anymore. So the only way to get into it, I think, is if someone tags you in it, or if you were already a part of it, maybe by hitting like or something like that. So other than that, it shouldn't be there, because I've checked several times, and I can't even see it unless I scroll back to the last time I was tagged in it. And I don't even get notifications for it anymore. So you guys could be in there talking about it today, and I still would have no idea. So, and that's fine. Let's see if there's any more questions. It doesn't look like it. Anyone else have anything you want to say? Write me a message. Oh, okay. So Crystal did reach out to the writer of that article, and no response yet. Amy Lou, I appreciate that. 39, not 40. Sorry, Jim. You're getting close. I just cut my hair, Jim. I look sweet. I look like Titus Brand, man. Wow, I didn't know so many people were watching. Hello to Megan and Bobby. Bobby, I saw you Saturday. Let's talk about the people I saw at the reunion on Saturday. I saw Bobby Miskey. Hadn't seen him in a long time. Met his wife. I saw Matt Steinow. I saw Andrew Soriano. I'm gonna try to remember everybody now. I'm not gonna remember everybody, but I'm gonna try. I saw Cheryl Roadheaver, or Cheryl. Hold on, Rhodes. Is that her? I don't know her last name. Soriano. That's it, because they're married. I saw Rick Miltimore and his wife. I don't know if I met her, but anyway, yeah. There's Rick. See him watching. Who else did I meet or see? I saw Mark Stern. What's up, Eric? Speaking of Eric, there's another buddy of mine, Eric Elstrom. I don't know if he's watching, but he's actually a bartender at the place where we had our reunion. It was kind of funny, because I actually used to work at that place. It was called Envy. 10 years ago, it was called Temptation. So that's where we had the reunion. What is Amy asking? Are you surprised by the amount of people who are... Oh, Amy, I'll get to that one in a second. But yeah, who else did I see? I saw... I was just saying Mikey Toohey, but it's Mikey Park now, because she married Charles Park. And Derek D-Train, you can shut the hell up. And who else did I see? I saw a lot of people. Jamie Braun, Nicole Halfdahl. Marciel Oppenheimer. I really hate San Jose people that jump into this video chat. Who else did I see? I saw so many people, man. It was, Rich Pena. I was hoping to see Deetra Segura because I haven't seen her in so long. I know we've texted and chatted over the years, and I have not seen her since probably since high school. In all honesty, but yeah, goodness, I was hoping to see her. But I know she lives all the way out in like Vegas or somewhere. I saw Ariel Perez, who I see every once in a while anyway. Steve Wallach, who I see. The Birchmeyer brothers, Steve and Greg. I saw Jeff Bibler. That was good to see him. I think he's a fireman now. Who else did I see? I was hoping to see Taylor Miles. He wasn't there. I think he was on a business trip or something like that. I should have taken pictures, and I didn't. Sorry. Hey, what's up, Bobby? Yeah, I can't think of anyone else I saw. I know I saw tons of people, but I can't remember every single name. But it was a lot of fun, and I wish we had those things more often. Honestly, I think it would be cool, and not even just like separated by year. 96ers, 97s, just El Toro people. If you went to high school at El Toro, to a freaking barbecue. Once a year or something like that in the summer at, I don't know, Cherry Park. I did not see Akira Tozawa, you nerd. All right, let's go back to Amy's question. Amy asked me a question a couple minutes ago, and I think it's a very important question because it's sad that we're going to have to think about it. Jim, if you don't shut the hell up. Hold on, where did Amy's question go? Let me scroll through this mug. Here we go. She says she opposed to missed the questions about the post, but I have a question. Are you surprised by the amount of people who are okay with racism still? That's a good question. I think initially I was. When I came back, started doing Facebooking again and the podcast and everything, I was really surprised. I was like, oh man, I didn't know this person felt this way about black people, that we're all a bunch of criminals or whatever. Black people commit the most crimes, so they should be shot the most by cops. But it's like, unarmed shot? Are you kidding me? We're not talking about robbing banks. We're talking about, walking home from school or from work, or walking to work or whatever. People trying to validate, the death of unarmed black people by saying that, someone sent me an article, and I should have deleted them immediately after that. But they sent me an article, I think it was last year, that was something along the lines of the issues in the black community got worse after, I think, like women's lib and something else. And I was just like, not the civil rights movement. I was like, are you serious? Are you trying to equate, and he was using someone else's article, equating that, the black community wouldn't be so bad if it wasn't for civil rights and for women's freedom. Oh, that is one of the stupidest things I've ever heard. It's almost like those are the only two factors that are remotely possible that could have created any kind of issue. That means there's a problem already. That means there was a big problem already, and that anyone who was a part of that problem before made that problem. That's just perplexing to me. I can't even get the words out because that's just so asinine to even think that the freedom of women and the freedom of the black community to be able to do what they want to do, like the white counterparts, causes an issue. Why would that be an issue? I don't know. It's almost like asking for segregation all over again. But there are certain people who, yes, it does surprise me that they still feel the way that they do, or that I didn't know that they felt this way to begin with, which is really sad. But, it is what it is. And those people who I find suspect, I will not be spending time with, because what's the point? Oh, you're going to ask a more specific question. Okay. The people who came to the defense of the racist people we went to school with, is that surprising? Now it's not, because they've been suspect for a while, in my opinion. Hi, Jamie. Hi, Jerome. Hey, what's up, Caesar? They've been suspect for a while, and I see it every time. If there's a death of an unarmed black person, they're super quiet. If I'm attacking white supremacy or a white supremacist or some kind of you know, system-based racism, they defend it. Because if you saw the video I posted a couple of days ago, or maybe yesterday, it was, let me see, let me scroll down real quick. It was, hold on, we're getting there. There we go. I posted it August 5th, 11:41 a.m. It says, KJ has shared Planet 3 Nations video. It says, white audience is left speechless by a brilliant question about race. And so the question was, oh, those, okay, I thought you were talking about, I think those are two different situations, Amy. I think because the one from Thursday is the one from Thursday was the racist dude, and the one from Friday that was the one that that was the one about the dude who I thought had been arrested for possession of child pornography, on suspicion of possession of child pornography. I like to be specific because I don't want to say anything that's wrong, because I haven't. But anyway, so I hope that is clearing that up. Hopefully. If not, Amy, type some more. What's up, Edelbert? Long time no see, buddy. But anyway, so yeah, that question about race, and she asked the audience in this video. She asked the audience. She says, you know, how many of you would like to basically be treated the way minorities are treated in this country, or black people are treated in this country? And no one raises their hand. Not a single person. And it's obvious, like, well, duh. Why would they want to? Nobody wants to be treated the way black people or Latino people or Asians get treated in this country. We get made fun of just for being ourselves. I mean, you see Cinco de Mayo, you see the fake mustaches and the fake accents, and I know people do it for St. Patrick's Day too, but I don't think people are still making fun of the Irish outside of St. Patrick's Day. Are they? Probably not. They're not saying the Irish are all a bunch of lazy, you know, potato grubbers or whatever. They do it to Latinos. They're not, you know, I'm just waiting for the day where we have a predominantly black holiday or something like that and people dress up in blackface. I'm waiting for that. Yeah, I'm waiting for that. I'm not going to say why. I just would find that really interesting to see who'd participate. Probably the same ones I would assume would anyway. Let's see, what else? Something else I was going to compare that to, but whatever. Yeah, potato grabbers. Oh, Jamie, yes, someone did contact the register. It was Crystal Manning. She said she has not heard anything back yet. So Crystal Manning is the wife of Chris Manning, who is also in that thread as well. So I'm answering a lot of questions. I feel so famous. Just kidding. Yeah, it was nasty. Who's got any more questions? Any other topics you guys want to discuss? How Jay Cutler is trash? Colin Kaepernick? Julian, I graduated ET in '96, so I graduated with Travis Senick, Elias Vargas. I'm gonna name off like my entire basketball team. Who else did I graduate with? Greg Stahl. Matter of fact, Greg Stahl passed me the ball on one of my dunks at El Toro. I think my only dunk at El Toro came from a Greg Stahl pass. Clubber, I'm going to have to go ahead and hit like on that one. Yeah, so, yeah, El Toro. That was, oh, you went to Woodbridge, and damn, dude, you old as shit. Sorry. I dunked at Woodbridge, too. Julian, did you guys have anyone, any solid basketball players when you were at Woodbridge? I played against Chris Burgess, 96, 95. But I think that was about it. Yeah, I know it's a trip. We do know a lot of the same people. That's well, That's probably because we're black in Orange County, so it's just bound to happen. Matter of fact, send me a DM, dude. We can kick it when I come back to town. I come back Friday, so Saturday I got plans, but Sunday and days in the future. I don't know if you still live in Orange County or whatever, but if you do, Julian, hit me up and we can kick it. Bryant McLemore. Oh, that does sound familiar. I don't know. Just got another notification here from my baby mom. Okay, I'm over in Fountain Valley. I'm kind of by Santa Ana, like on the corner of it. So, shit, we might be neighbors, dude. We might live like 5 minutes apart from each other. Okay, here's a question from my baby mom's Becky McEwen. Do you feel people took things too far or personal instead of how you meant it as informative? Yes, I do. And this is who I was talking to yesterday when I said, had I been, thank you, Julian, had I been, an asshole just to people over the years, then I would say, yeah, this is just, who KJ is. But since I'm not just an asshole to people randomly for no reason, then there's no reason for people to really be mad, And there's more to that story that I wanted to bring up regarding the dude who got arrested for the suspicion of possession of child pornography. Someone brought up their brother, and would I have released information on her brother as well? And I would not have, because I specifically chose a hate crime, and I specifically chose child pornography. So for those of you who know, obviously I'm black, right? So if someone committed a hate crime, I'd want to know, is this someone I need to be hanging around, or people I need to, watch myself around? And I will get to that question next. And I chose the other one because, not just because it's homegrown too, but also because the years I've worked with kids. I've worked with kids since I was 19 years old. I work with kids now as a therapist. So that's near and dear to my heart. You know what I mean? So why would I not pick those two things? And there are other articles I plan on posting as well, whether they're homegrown. I mean, they're going to be Orange County based. I'm not posting stuff from New York because how does that really affect you? And so those are the two things I chose because I think overall, outside of government, those are the two things I probably talk about the most. And maybe not child pornography so much or molestation or whatever, but, that just, kids are my heart, man, I refer to the 12 kids I got, and some of them are adults, young adults or whatever, but that's near and dear to my heart. So that's why I chose those two things. And I will continue to fight the good fight. And I told someone yesterday, even Batman fucks up every once in a while, or does things the wrong way, or did something a little too far, or a little too whatever, didn't do it all the right way. So I'll be okay with that. I'll be okay with that because I know where I'm coming from. And thank you, Jamie, and also Kevin Young for coming to my aid, and Effie as well. Oh, that's so funny. I just said Kevin Young's name, and he just popped up. Oh, man. Let me see. I'm reading this from... Consider those raw emotions and multiply by 1,000. Having your relative friend's dirt rolled out to the public doesn't feel good. Then add victims who have stuff made up about them or dragged out from the grave to be inflammatory in their demise. Yeah, I wasn't trying to do it. I understand where you're coming from, but I wasn't trying to do it like that. I literally was asking a question about what happened to this thing. Yeah, I feel you. It is definitely the other side. So, yeah, I understand that. Yeah, none of us, thank you, Jamie, none of us are saints. I have my own past as well, but I agree a gajillion percent. I hate that hate crimes and sex crimes are a different story. And the people were wrong to get mad at me and point fingers at me and tell me to delete anything off my page. I appreciate that. Oh, I see. I see, Club. My bad. And Crystal, yeah, Jamie, Crystal did reach out and has not, Erica Ritchie has not responded yet. She did not contact the register directly. I don't know if Erica Ritchie, because I actually looked too, Crystal. I don't know if Erica Ritchie actually works for Register anymore. I looked a couple days ago at her profile page, like her employee page, and it wasn't there. So I do remember looking at that. And yes, I was absolutely looking out for parents and children. And that's why, even though I felt out of spite I should keep it up, because I was like, well, fuck you guys if you guys are going to be mean, because he's not my homeboy. But the point wasn't to embarrass somebody or to be a dick, even unintentionally. So that's why I hid the conversation. So no one should be able to see it anymore. And at some point it will get deleted. Once the conversation, I'm sure, stops, it will get deleted, because there's no point in keeping it up. Because the point wasn't to offend anyone, even though I knew it was possible. Yes, Kevin, if you scroll up, I think you can look in the comments. Crystal did reach out to the paper, or not the paper directly, but the writer. And I was just saying that the writer may not work for the Register anymore because her employee page is not on their site. Because I did some due diligence and went to go look and see if she was there too. But either that page is just not working or she's not there anymore. I'm not really sure. So, and Jamie's writing an email as well. So we'll hopefully have some answers, and hopefully the other people who were mad at me wrote some emails as well or made some phone calls. I know we're all busy and got stuff to do. What is the Nextdoor app? Something similar? What does that mean? What do you mean, Club? By the way, when on my vacation, since I pay for my own drinks, ooh, that's good. Ooh, That's that peach. Y'all see that? That's that juice drink. Not from concentrate. Oh, it's delicious. And non-GMO. Fresh taste guaranteed. Got that right. Reunion was good, Kevin. I talked about that a few minutes back. It was good. It was a good time. Oh, that's Crimes Against Children. Yeah, so I know there's some more people I'm definitely going to point out. And these people are probably already in jail or prison. Matter of fact, I was on a phone last night with a friend of mine. And, it was my co-host. And, she's not here, so that's why you don't see her. But I was on the phone with her, and I was looking at the neighborhood I grew up in, the neighborhood I live in, and the neighborhood where she lives, and just to see who's in the area. I wasn't doing this to try to release people's personal information, but I was looking on the Megan's Law website, because, once you're a registered sex offender, you got to register all the time, every time you move or whatever. Oh, interesting. Wow. Oh, that's interesting. I'll get to that in a second. Thank you, Clever. But yeah, just looking at, I think everyone actually, matter of fact, I'm going to say this right now. If, wherever you live, you got kids, especially if you got kids, go to meganslaw.com, type in your address, so that way you can find out if there are any registered sex offenders in your area. And that doesn't just mean children. I think it also means rapists as well. So that way you are informed and you are aware of who's in your area and who to look out for and who not to ask to babysit. Because truth be told, you just don't know unless you know. You have to look stuff up. And so there's nothing wrong with preparing and arming people intelligently fight battles that they don't know that they're going to have to fight. You never know until you have to fight that battle, and you say, damn it, I wish I would have known. Well, now you know. Go to meganslaw.com, type in your address. You cannot use the information to go and retaliate against that person, whether they committed a crime against a friend of yours or a family member of yours. You can't use that to retaliate against them. But you can just look and see in your neighborhood, and I would say stick to your neighborhood and any neighborhood you have property in, and just make sure that, make sure you know who's in your neighborhood and all of that jazz. And so Clubber here posted that there was a Mexican dude who had no allegations, but they posted his background and photos and everything with alleged crimes against children. That's interesting. Wow. No allegations, but they posted all his information. Jeez. It's very different, isn't it? When they deal with us, when they deal with someone else, they do us differently. You know why, and I know why. It's like I keep saying, it's like the original version of from the 1930s or 1913, the original version of Birth of a Nation, the Klan story of why the Klan came to be. It's like a 3-hour movie. You can find it on YouTube. There's a gentleman, I don't know his name. He's in blackface, pretending to be a black dude, and he plays the black dude that the white guys chase around and scare him away from white women, because that's what the Klan's there for, to save white people from black people, because we're so evil and horrible and bad. So it's just kind of, it's the same story over and over and over again. I wish people could see that. It's the same narrative. If you look at media through that narrative, through those eyes, through that lens, you'll see that over and over and over again. Oh, good, Kevin. That's smart that you do. Oh, wow. So this guy that Clever was talking about, that even though he didn't have allegations, they started pulling out other information about him that was not even relevant to the case. The movie is called Birth of a Nation, not Rebirth of a Nation, but Birth of a Nation. Matter of fact, let me look it up real quick. I actually downloaded it a while back. I tend to do that when I find things on YouTube. I use a website called keepvid.com. That's KEEPVID.com. So I'll take the link. So right here, I typed in Birth of a Nation. It's a 1915 film by D.W. Griffith. It's 3 hours and 13 minutes long. I right click over, if you're using a laptop, I right click over the image of the video, copy the link address, go over to keepvid.com, post that, or I hit Control V into the little search bar, and hit download, and then I have like 4 or 5 options to download that movie, and then I can download that movie to my laptop or computer or whatever I'm using. So that's how I save everything and get everything for free. Oh, hey Patty, you must be on lunch break. Sean, good to see you. I am old as shit. I know. I was actually going to dye this before I came out here, but I decided not to, because I decided not to. Amy Christine, good to see you. It's been a while. Oh, there's an interesting point. I actually told a friend of mine, one of my kids, I told him this a couple years ago. I said, you can't be looking at, half-naked girls on your phone that are 15 just because you're 17. Like, that's possible child pornography, bruh. But Crystal Manning says, teens who send dick pics to other teens can be prosecuted and possibly sentenced as sexual offenders for sending, possessing child pornography, and then are required to register. People need to People need to, where the hell did they go? Be aware of the charges and circumstances associated with people they look up on Megan's Law. Just saying, you never know. You're right. I don't know how many of those cases are currently happening, especially if you're underage. I don't know if they really share information like that, because I know, like, if you're a rape victim or something like that, or if you commit a crime, like, they don't just release your name if you're underage. So I don't know if they, thank you, Jamie. I don't know if they would do that for you there too. I don't know. That's an interesting point, though. Are there any more questions? But once again, if you're using Megan's Law, you're not using Megan's Law to go after people. You're just using Megan's Law to see, and it gives you the option to kind of, you can click info, like when you scroll over, there's like these little pins. Matter of fact, I'll do this right now. I will go to Megan's Law, because I was there last night. Go ahead with it, Jamie. Okay, we're going to search the website. So on the far right, I type in my, oh, nope, wrong thing. Hold on. We're going to figure this out. If you've never read the original Megan's Law story, it's pretty sad. It really, really is. It's just sickening, too. Makes you wonder, I mean, it makes you wonder why there aren't, like, more vigilante people out there trying to solve that problem. I mean, to be honest with you, it's disgusting. I'm not here to judge, but fuck, man. Oh, wow. So Jamie says there was a mom that slept with one of the boys at El Toro when her little brother and sister were students. Oh, that's nasty. I don't know how else to say that, but that's nasty, man. Oh, here we go. So I'm on Megan's Law. That's MEGANS law.ca.gov. Okay. And I'm typing in my address real quick. No, I'm not going to tell you what my address is. Y'all can't come to my house. But your mama can come to my house. Just kidding. What's up, Bloom? Long time no see, buddy. Waiting for another Super Bowl party. Y'all need to quit tripping. Have the damn party. Tell Rob to quit being a bitch. All right. So I put my address in on meganslaw.ca.gov on the right-hand side, and it makes me, I have to move this over now. It sends me to this page, like this disclaimer page. I guess it just says a lot of legal mumbo-jumbo stuff. I'm not reading this. But anyway, and then it gives me it says select all images with a storefront. So now I have to select every image with a storefront. That way to show that I'm not a robot, all right? I'm gonna hit verify. I'm not a robot, hit continue. I agree with both of y'all, yeah. Adults should not be sleeping with children at all. That's nasty. Right, R. Kelly? Right. So here we go. I'm looking at a map of my surrounding neighborhoods in Fountain Valley and Santa Ana. And it gives me a lot of... I'm sleepy. It gives me a lot of different things here. So I could show you my map, but then I'd have people seeing where I live, so I'm not going to do that. But I do want to see what all the... here we go. So the map key, you have blue for offender, you have red for offender in violation, you have yellow pins for sexually violent predator. You have, looks like a reddish looking pin with like a yellow inside to it for a sexually violent predator in violation. That's scary. Multiple offenders in one location. That's a blue indicator with a cross inside or a T inside. And there's a multiple offenders at one location I think, with one in violation. For some reason, I can't scroll down this stupid thing. Yeah, I can't scroll down, so I don't know what's happening. So anyway, that's all I know. It looks like there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 or 7 possibilities here. Wait, whose music? Oh, y'all talking about Michael Jackson. What's up, Ease? What's up, Esteban Lee? Easy. Anyway, so use the site, find out your area. I mean, you might even want to do that for, I don't know, if your kids ever go visit grandma or grandpa or something like that, and you want to make sure that the people in the area, or maybe grandma and grandpa's roommate, is straight. Like, use the site. I think you absolutely should, and if you don't, there's no reason not to. Damn, here we go. Big Hutch, what's up, brother? Nicole McDaniel. If you guys are looking for good paintings, and I ain't lying, Nicole McDaniel, she has some paintings over at the, I know, I'm giving you free publicity right now, girl, because I like your work. Nicole McDaniel has not free, sorry. She has paintings that she has done over at the Village Gallery over in Irvine, the Irvine Spectrum. I've known Nicole for a few years, and I've seen her work. I think it's very good, and you guys can go check out her work over there. I think it's still over there. There's a couple pieces, 2, 3, something like that. But she also has a website and I think a Facebook page as well. So I'm proud of you, Nicole. Good job. Good job. What's up, Bubba Knoll? I was just thinking about you the other day, man. Really was. You and the family. Hope everything is well. Hello, Katie. So I don't know if we have any more questions. I know I've been up here for about 40 minutes or so talking about everything. Damn, it's been about an hour. So, sorry. Accidentally. My God. My bad. Anyway, we'll give this a few more minutes, and if you guys have any more questions, hit me up about anything from last week that I didn't already answer. I know some of you guys just popped on, so my bad. I hit the wrong damn button, man. I hit the wrong damn button. So welcome back, Katie and Steve. Joe Acosta, what's up, brother? Hopefully I said the last name right. I tend to mess up last names. Forgive me. And first names sometimes, too. So, Crystal, welcome back. What do I shop for on Black Friday? I don't know if I've ever made that joke with you, that I don't shop for anything on Black Friday, because every Friday is Black Friday for me and my family. Oh, what's up, Viv? Julian's back. Yeah, I actually don't do the whole holiday shopping thing. I don't know if that's a serious question, but yeah, I don't know if that's just like me being greedy or whatever, but I'm really not into the whole holiday shopping, like, oh, it's Christmas or it's Easter or whatever. I just, I don't know. I feel like the most important gifts you can give to somebody is not something, unless it's something that they really need, like they really need a house, or they really need a car, or they really need like $1,000. I think typically the most important gifts you can give to somebody are the things that don't really run out. If you can give someone, your time. I mean, yeah, time runs out, but you get my point, right? It's intangible. The intangible things, are far more important than the tangible. So that's why I really just don't do the whole Christmas gifts. Maybe for kids sometimes, but even that, no. It's like, let's let's go somewhere. Let's go somewhere and do something and kind of create a memory. And we can always have that memory from then on, you know. When my godson was growing up, my oldest godson, he's now 22, 22, yes. I remember. I know I like bought him stuff, but I think mostly I just spent a lot of time with him, you know. I don't know. I don't even know if I could ask him and say, hey, what's the best Christmas present or birthday present I ever bought you? He may not know the answer, but he might have some really funny memories where, you know, or nice memories that we had, you know, while he was growing up or something like that, or maybe even something recently, you know, where he was having a bad day and I just spent time with him and just listened to him. You know, I know that happened like a year or so ago. We just spent a couple hours together and just talked, and that was it. I didn't, you know, I mean, we did have a, actually, this is a story he tells me, which is why I still do it now to this day. He was probably about 6 years old, and I think I accidentally elbowed him in the head. Now hold on. Before you call the police, he had a big head, so it didn't really hurt him. But I accidentally elbowed him in the head, and he started crying. And I could kind of see, like, he didn't really need to cry, but it was more of like, hey, man, what the hell? So anyway, I said, if you stop crying, I'll get you a 7-Eleven Slurpee. And he stopped crying immediately. And I knew, I was like, you little shit. So when I saw him last year, he was having a rough day. And I said, do you want to go get a Slurpee, buddy? So we had Slurpees. That is our old school memory. And I'm probably going to cry now. But yeah, I love my kids. So, yeah. So I don't know what other questions you guys have. I think I've answered every possible question from the post from Thursday and Friday. I know I got ahead of myself on one of them, and the other one I still feel very strongly about, you know, and I'm going to keep doing it. Because it's not coming from a bad place. And maybe I'll just stick to people who aren't connected to people I know directly. I don't know. But even still, you should be careful who you know, who you hang out with, who you spend time with, who's babysitting your kids, who lives in your neighborhood, who's coming into your house. Know these things. Know them as much as you can. Oh, here's a good question. How do you feel now seeing your adult self and your young self and what you overlooked? Like, how do you feel now seeing your adult self and your young self and what you overlooked? What did I overlook? I overlooked the importance of health, the importance of eating right, the importance of getting out and exercising. I overlooked that. I overlooked the importance of therapy. That has been huge for me in my personal walk. I overlooked the importance of like-mindedness. I overlooked the importance of understanding self, really understanding who I am and letting myself be. But that all takes, you know, I don't think I would have been able to grasp everything that I have now at 39, almost 40, at 22, at 19, at 25, you know, I've different challenges, you know. But yeah, health is one. I mean, I'm not in bad health or whatever. You know, yeah, I'm a big dude, but I've not had one doctor say that, you know, you're really in bad shape or anything like that. So I'm not really worried about it as I eat a cookie. But yeah, I think it's just more knowledge of self. Knowledge of self is really important. And that's just a general. I mean, for me specifically, really understanding. And this is where I get religious, right? And I know some of y'all are not really into this, but really understanding who I am in Christ and the freedom that there is in Christ. You know, it's not, the Bible's not a bunch of, you know, a bunch of rules just to read and remember and, you know, get tested on and all that kind of stuff. I don't look at Scripture that way. I look at it more as this is a journal of what happened, and these are things that happened, and these are things you can learn from, and all these different ways to look at it. And so, yeah, the understanding of the importance of Christ, therapy, physical health and emotional health, and knowledge of self. So that's what, five, six things, whatever. Those are the most important things I think that my young self could have learned a lot from. Yep, exactly. As a young black male in Orange County, I have to look through that lens. What's up, Steve Wallach? I just mentioned you in the last video, buddy. I just mentioned you because I saw you Saturday night. Me and Steve are going to be a famous rapper DJ combo. Just kidding. Does anyone have any more questions? I felt like I needed to do this video, in all honesty, apart from podcast, because I feel like I probably should have tagged some of those people in this so they could have listened. But maybe I'll link this video to that thread so that way they can view it, and maybe not, whatever. But hopefully we can put this whole thing to rest, and I'm going to be completely honest with people and everything. And I don't think I've hidden anything from anyone, or I think I've been pretty open, pretty honest. But like I was saying, I wanted this separate from a podcast because it was pretty hot and heavy for a minute, so I wanted to wait for things to kind of die down. So if that's it, then that's it. I'm about to go to Dollar Tree and get me a bowl and get me a spoon and eat some oatmeal here on my vacation, homie. So, peace to all y'all. Thanks for hanging out for the last hour. We really did it. Do you have anything to say? Do you have anything to personally say to BW if he were to contact you? I don't know. I think the thing I wrote on Saturday at like 2:15 a.m. probably covers it. You know, I admit that I prejudged him and assumed that he was guilty, not because of him, but because of the crime, or the suspected crime, and because of what it means to me personally for the work I do. So, like I said, like the prejudgment is what kind of fueled it at first, and so that's where I admit my mistake. Sorry, getting personal messages here. So yeah, I would say if that, made things worse for him somehow, I'm not really sure how it would have or whatever, but if it did, that wasn't the intent. It was purely out of protection of people and their children, because that is what I do. So I don't know if there's anything else to add to that, but it wasn't out of spite for him. Honest. Hi, Kelly. I think we're finishing. Should I do one of these like once a week? Maybe I should. Anyway, Maribel, we're just ending, so now I gotta go, because I gotta go get breakfast, because it's 12 o'clock, and no one eats breakfast at 12 o'clock. So, Octavio, good chatting with you earlier today, or yesterday too. I made it actually in like an hour, so it's kind of funny. Anyway, you guys take care. Packers suck. Go Raiders. God bless. We out.